Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am Awande. Do like, do share, do comment, do subscribe, but most importantly, go ahead and do you. So in today's video, I'll be talking you through some of the differences between an ESL teacher and a homeroom teacher. And this is going to be based off of my experience mostly. I've only taught at kindergartens. I was an ESL teacher at a kindergarten before, and now I'm a homeroom teacher at a different kindergarten. I'm not really sure what teaching English or being a homeroom teacher would look like in a primary school. So please take everything I say with a grain of salt. This may not be the case for you. Also, different schools expect different things. So this is just a general gist of what you can expect, but it's not exactly what you'll be going through. With that being said, let's jump straight into it. I will be starting off with ESL teaching before I move on to homeroom teaching. So, with an ESL teaching job or position, it's basically that. E as in English. English teaching, that's your position, that's your job, and that's what they expect from you primarily. So this means that you'll probably be in a class teaching English, and you might move from class to class depending on how big the school is. And your responsibility is that it's delivering these English lessons, preparing for them. And if you do find yourself teaching maybe in a primary school or a high school, you might also have to prepare tests and exams, and of course grade these type of assessments as well. Basically, overall, you're just teaching English. You don't have to spend the day with these kids. You don't really have to worry about communicating with parents. You don't have to deliver any other lessons outside of English. You don't have to nanny or babysit or basically do anything that's not English related. However, some schools might expect that you stay maybe in like one class for the day, not to do anything other than just speak English, because they do want to increase the amount of exposure that the kids have with the English language. So they might want you to spend the day in the classroom and then maybe move later on. It just depends, because if you're in a smaller school and let's say you teach one class or two classes, then you probably won't be doing anything for the rest of the day. So in order to get you to do something, they might say that you need to stay inside inside a class, or you might move from different classes to different classes throughout the course of the week. It just depends on your school. So that's basically it. You might also have to do other things like be involved in marketing things, as the English teacher, but it shouldn't be a lot. Again, it depends on your school. So yeah, that's basically being an ESL teacher. And then being a homeroom teacher is being like a class teacher back home, city class teacher, because you spend the day in that class, like that's your class. Those are your kids, those are your students, and you have to do so much more than just teach English for them. You're just responsible for them completely, like their health, are they okay, emotionally. You have to build relationships with them. You have to communicate with the parents. You have to deliver the English class, of course. You have to speak English throughout the day. Again, help them to be exposed to the English language. But you might not only teach the English lesson, you might also be responsible for different lessons like math lesson, art lesson, PE lesson. Depends on what your school does. But you could also find yourself in a position of delivering different lessons outside of English. And more often than not, there is no office that you can go to be outside of your class. Like your classroom is your office, and you'll find yourself there throughout the day. You should be spending literally the whole day with your kids. And you might also have to make reports for the kids, just to let the parents know exactly like how they behave and how they did maybe in a few lessons throughout the day. This would be your responsibility. So when you're choosing or when you're picking which job, just keep that in mind. I would say make sure you ask like really clearly about the responsibilities and the expectations that they have from you, because I'm not gonna lie, I definitely thought that this position would be like my old position in Suzhou, where I was an ESL teacher, and it wasn't that. It really was not that, and I was really shocked and unprepared, but a year later I'm still here by no choice of mine. But it's another story for another day. I just want you guys to pick and be aware and ask as many questions as you have to, so as to not like find yourself in a position where you end up at a place that you don't like. With that being said, I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey boo. So rude. Also, why? What the hell? Like I'm trying to record, but